Hello again, luckyDminor with 4-player chess, free for all. I got myself established a little about above 2,200 points. I'm trying to reach 2,300 now, and seems to be not that easy. But let's see. So I try to play a little fewer games, and I try to play more higher ranking games and do not choose any lower ranking games just to get myself used to the level of play and not get myself again used to play against weaker players. So I choose stronger games. Some I win, some I lose. I managed to not get force plays during the recent games, so I could increase my rating. Let's see how this game works. Okay. Interesting opening with the red pawn pushing from the start. I don't want to trade bishops, therefore I block that line. Green and yellow are pushing, red is pushing, and I develop. Okay, and here first mistake by yellow. He allowed a check by green. Red is pushing, so I cannot immediately do something about it, but if I move over here, I can possibly check in the next move. So if yellow would just block and green would take again, we would then have a mate there. So I go there. Yellow just blocks. Green doesn't take. Okay. And red creates a second queen. I attack that queen and give green possibly the chance to check red, and I can take the queen. Yellow pushes, green pushes. So, okay, my ideas do not come true in a moment. But still my position is stable. I did not create an unsecure king or something. I move forward in order to avoid any checks from that diagonal, and also to put some pressure on that pawn and the red king. Okay, yellow possibly wants to sacrifice his knight in order to then push the pawn. But again, yellow didn't watch his king. And here we are. I can play that. Let's see. Yes, and this is the fast mate. Yellow didn't watch out his king safety, especially towards the left side. You should not allow any checks. And let's see how it stands. So since I made it, I'm the point leader. Everybody else has 0 points. So let's see how we play this. I bring my knight back in order to have it closer to the things that are happening. Also possibly to again attack the red queen. Okay, here it is. Another chance for green to take something from red, but he doesn't do it. And the queen goes back. Why is red hiding his queen in the corner. I don't understand that. Maybe he wants to push that pawn, but he could that with the support of the rook anyway. Maybe he just wanted to avoid any further attacks on his queen. Okay, I start pushing. Okay, and if green doesn't do something, I can create a queen. Here it is. And green can possibly also create a queen in the next move. Since green is the weaker player, and since we already cooperated against yellow, I might just let him queen and hope to first fight against red here. Okay, I open another possible diagonal to attack red. Green queens, red blocks that diagonal, and I just bring my knight to safety. Okay. Now I start pushing the pawn since I let green basically queen. Possibly he lets me queen again. Okay, he's threatening to trade queens and maybe then wants to push his pawn. I of course do not want to have that and just make a step back and still block that pawn from queening. Okay, here's a threat on my queen and king. I don't see it. I just push my pawn. Oh, but luckily green is trading bishops in this moment. I think that was not too smart. He's losing his bishop and he's helping me, which is nice from him, but possibly not good for him in the end game. Okay, I still don't see the well, there's no threat anymore. The bishop is gone. So I can continue to push. Okay. I protect my pawn. I could have, of course, pushed also because two defenders were already there, but I do not want to force a fight with green here. Okay. Now, since I didn't have anything better to do, I still push that pawn. Okay, red develops his pawns also. I move over with my bishop in order to protect that promotion field. He pulls back, has possible attacks with his bishop then on queen and rook. Red comes out with his knight. Does he have any checks on me? No. No check attacks, no queen attacks. So I dare to push my pawn since he moved back. I was thinking that possibly he just will not take and just keep the tension here. But he doesn't. Okay. And the knight is coming to attack, but no threat there. Well, it could be a check in the next move. I can still take that queen and rook takes. And he doesn't check me, so I can also take that rook. So now I'm still the point leader. I'm stronger than green. Material-wise, but red is still strong. So if I can use green's help to now weaken red before I attack green later, That would be my strategy here. Okay, so I signal to green I want to attack red. I exchange the knights. I want to take that knight out because it's simply too dangerous for me if he checks me there. Whenever green attacks my queen, for example. So I rather take it out early. And also this pawn here is kind of a defender for my position, so it blocks all the way this diagonal, so I do not have any fear that the queen can come here at some point. So I just want to have that pawn there. And I can win the other pawn, but I will not take that one. Okay. Move away again. Also at this point I'm thinking of possible attacks here. If green would, red would possibly move the rook over there or the queen over there and would pin that pawn. I could take there. So of course there is always a point where you start to then attack the other player. Okay. I just move back and close my position here against any threats, bring my bishop in a position where it is protected, and also attack the rook and possibly the pawn and the king on that diagonal. Okay. Battery to push that pawn, but most pawns can neutralize each other possibly. I also develop a pawn a little and prepare my bishop for whatever places I might need him. Okay, possibly green wants to kick me away here. Now, since the queen is there, I'm especially happy that the pawn is there. I move over and threaten to take here, but I would possibly not do it with my queen because it would risk a queen trade. Okay, green is not doing this one, but that one. So he, of course, pushes me away, but he also threatens to take that rook. Oh, and I didn't watch out for that. I was lecturing about this pawn, but didn't see the open diagonal here. Oh yeah, when I moved my queen over there, I left my king unprotected. Okay, fortunately, I'm directly the next mover after red, but of course I will lose my queen here possibly. I cannot pull it back because of that pawn, so now the pawn is a problem in itself. But also the queen could have just taken it. Okay, I counterattack that queen, hoping that possibly green decides to attack green, but will not happen. And here green takes. Okay. And here's a threat for queen trades, but possibly he just wants to attack that pawn over there. So I trust him for a while and take that green knight away. And green blocks that and attacks the red queen. Oh, and she takes my queen. I can take back, but now red and green have queens. I don't have any queens anymore. I am still the point leader, but material-wise, I now have to hope that green and red kill themselves. I cannot easily kill them. Okay, red is moving. I bring my pawn into the game and my rook. And now finally my knight gets attacked again. Have to go away, but still of course can take if green queens now. He attacks my knight and wants to get sure and take it before he queens. I just move away and let green have his queen if he wants to, and then I can still take that knight. Of course he trades first, not smart by me. So I take that knight, and now he got his queen, and I am down to like 3 pieces here. Okay, red also wants to promote and attacks the green queen. I also attack the green queen. Now is a time where I possibly want to try to switch to and fro with whom I'm teaming in order to like let them fight against each other. Okay. Okay, that's good for me. Green trades away those pawns. So no big threat from red anymore to get more queens. Green now the clear material leader here. Well, not so clear, but yeah, he is with 2 queens. So hopefully red will attack green now. And he does. Okay, I bring my knight again closer to the happening, thinking of possible even forks there, depending on where green moves. Okay, he attacks my knight. Red moves back. I move back in a safe position. Okay, that's interesting. Red now threatens to attack green there. Still protected, but may cost green queen. I just go for king safety at this point. I wanted to protect that bishop and wanted to be able with my rook to come out here, and wanted to be safe against any later checks from there. Okay, green blocks, but red goes kind of all in now, threatening to take there. That pawn is then pinned. I don't want to attack red here. I'm just making my way towards the green queen, so I can take that queen if there are any checks on green. Okay, green now takes that not really valuable pawn down there. Cannot check me. All fields are protected. Well, he can go there, take my pawn and check me. But I'm not the threat for green in the moment. So let's see what red does. Oh yeah, that was a big mistake by green. He allows that check. And of course I can now attack one of the queens. I decide to take that one because, of course, I don't want the queen later to take here and check me. Okay, green has to run. I take that queen. Queen starts to move with further pawns. Okay, brings his knight back, but in order to again have a double attack on that pawn there. So I attack the green queen and also possibly the red rook. Okay, queen moves over. Rook just brings himself into safety but keeps the tension on that pawn. I bring my bishop in a place where it's again protected. I also attack the red rook here. I figured that now red is the stronger opponent and possibly it's better if I support green now against red a bit. But green has further pawns to promote there possibly. Red moves back, I move forward and also try to get some pawns in the range of promotion at some point. Okay, green queen under attack. Now there's a chance I can possibly attack that pawn and take that pawn. Do I have any other threats on green? No, my light square bishop. Well, I could possibly also just do here and attack there, but won't do it. Will not risk my bishop there. Well, I did. What am I talking in the review? I'm playing different moves than I thought I would. Oh, I haven't seen that. Red blundered his rook and gets checked. Wow. So I cannot do a big attack on green now, on red now, but red will lose the second rook also. Wow. So I can just take that pawn and then also take the next pawn if green takes another rook. Yeah, he does. I take that one. So now green lost all his promotion ideas here and red lost all his rooks, so my strategy seems to work. Let them fight against each other and move from side to side as needed. My knight under attack. Oh, green sacrificed his queen. So all is lucky and well for me. But I'm starting to be too happy about that, so I stopped thinking and I didn't protect my bishop here. Okay, lose my bishop, push my pawns. Okay, I was now thinking, yeah, I was thinking whether I should push that pawn in order to block that bishop, but the bishop, well, yeah, together with the queen, he can be a big threat to my king. So I'm not so sure about my choice of movement here. Oh, I didn't see that threat either. So I was in a good way, but then once green sacrificed his queen, I stopped thinking. Too bad. Okay, now my rook gets attacked too. I have to protect it. Got it checked again and got mated. So not the best play on my side, but at least I traded off so many pieces and I at least made it yellow in the beginning that I have quite a amount of points here. I may still get third when red claims win. Yeah, I will be third here. Takes no longer. But becoming third is not a problem. I still, well, oh, I became second. It's a split. Okay, nice. So still being second, still earning points here, even though I'm third. And also, if I would have really become third player, I would not lose too much. So it's always good to try and win the game and not play for second, even though I made many mistakes here in the end. Okay, thank you for watching, and well, let's check. No, nothing to check here. Okay, thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye bye.